Promo for Hot Rod's Spotlight Lounge, and we're good. The audio's going. Hey, you'll be able to see us on the TV later here in the bar, which is pretty cool. You know what? I realized I should not wear shorts when I'm interviewing people because I'm watching myself on TV, and no one needs to see my fucking twig and berries while I'm fucking talking to people, Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm here with Kevin Doty. Next week, I'm going to have Brittany Robarge on the podcast here. We're doing the 1,000 Comics podcast here live from Hot Rod's Spotlight Lounge. I'm sitting here with Kevin Doty. Say a little something into the mic, Kevin.
Hey, everybody. We're hanging out the Spotlight Lounge. One of my favorite places in Middletown to be, really. It really is. I just want to say hello, and I'm going to give the mic back to you so you can shout some knowledge, bro.
Guys, since we're one mic short, today's not an official episode of the podcast. It's a little promo we're doing for Hot Rods. We love doing it. Hey, Hot Rod, what are these pictures in the back? Is this Fred Astaire and Frank Sinatra from Anchors Away? What are these the new addition to the photos here? I want to know. Oh, what do you mean they're authentic? Oh, really? Oh, wait. Can I just see this one? Oh, wait. Let me show this. So who is this in the middle? Oh, wait. I was right. It is Fred Astaire. I am, like, really good with old Hollywood shit. Would you have known that? No? Who's, like, your favorite person from old Hollywood?
Old Hollywood? Old Hollywood. Damn, I don't even know if I could list somebody off from old Hollywood, to be honest with you. I guess, like, in, like, Aubrey Hepburn, I would have to say. Audrey Hepburn, yeah. I don't even know her name. No, because I just recently watched fucking Breakfast at Tiffany's. Good movie, because I never knew. It's not black and white, actually. It's not black and white. But
it's old. You know Breakfast at Tiffany is old because it is the most racist depiction of an Asian person you've ever seen in a movie. Like, you're like, this is definitely World War II era stuff right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but I liked it because I found out that she was a prostitute. I didn't know she was a prostitute, but
he's a gigolo.
But that's what the movie's about.
You're not seeing Quinn, are you? Because she's obsessed with him.
No, I'm not seeing Quinn.
Dude, I actually am a fucking nerd. I read the book Breakfast at Tiffany's before I saw the movie, and I was like, I don't remember any like fucking racist like humor, like Asian humor about a landlord in the book. Well, so it's just like the movie kind of like highlights that, but I think like in the book you're actually led to believe that it's like this is the first independent thinking woman in like mainstream like literature. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't that crazy for them to like for the first ever like self-thinking woman or is a prostitute? Because that's how they get it done.
Dude, I can't believe we're discussing Capote right now. I think it's these red like chairs. Like I really feel like more like an intellectual sitting here talking about Capote. Dude, did you ever see the movie where fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman played Capote? Oh, you like Clark the bartender? Clark the bartender, you want to come in here to say a little word about? Come on in. Sit right here where Ian would sit, just so the camera can see you. This is Clark the bartender. Hey, we're here at Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge, and Clark here is a bartender. Should be serving you all night here. Come down to Middletown, Main Street. What address are we? 544 Main Street, Middletown. And you can come check us out, and Clark will make you a nice drink, and we'll talk Capote.
Wait, oh yeah, it was a decent movie. I seen it a long time ago when it came out, but it was pretty good. Philip Seymour Hoffman is really good.
Underrated. today's standard. I feel like he's kind of a forgotten about actor.
He was in a lot of random things you forgot about.
Along Came Polly. Remember that?
I bet we could
He was almost like. Never mind. Wait. Tell the people what they need to know about this Capote movie.
Oh, he was just very encapsulating when he was talking about all the things he was trying to figure out who killed these people. It was a whole wild thing. I don't know.
But Kev, you gotta understand about this movie. It's you gotta get back to it. Clark. Thank you, Clark. Everybody, big hand for Clark coming on the podcast. That's awesome. I think that's the first time a bartender's ever made her way onto the show. Kev's like, she's interrupting my time. Sorry, Clark.
No, Clark's not interrupting my time. I have seen Clark perform stand-up before, though, and that's interrupting everybody's time. Bow, zingers to the bartender. No, I don't know, man. So I do like this place. I threw the first comedy show here, and that was sweet.
Your first ever comedy show was here.
Well, the first comedy show that happened here was my show that I produced. So it was the first comedy show of the Spotlight Lounge.
Oh, so the first time that comedy ever happened here at Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge was a Kevin Doty produced show. Besides the mic, but Mike's not a show. Mike is just a three-ring circus that I run, which happens every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. If you'd like to come sign up, hey, if you want to come sign up, try out doing comedy in front of human beings. Hey, you've been writing shit on a notepad for a long time. You're just like, this might be funny. This might be funny. Come and try it out here at Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge. And maybe one day you could craft your shit into shit that will be good enough for a show for people to come pay and see. And do you have one that you got to promote?
I do, actually. Yeah, we're doing the next one here on July 27th. This is going to be sweet. We got Chris Warren headlining. I'm hosting that one. Got Hannah Rose on the billet. And my friend Chase Seymour from Massachusetts is coming out to join the party. So it should be a good one. I'm excited for that. And also, we got
August 24th, baby.
August 24th, yeah.
August 24th, which is the day before my birthday. A little broad by the name of Corinne Tryon. It's her birthday on the 24th. It is the roast of Corinne Tryon. Her birthday roast, which is the day before me and Ian's birthday. Yes, me and Ian share a birthday on the 25th. Hey, Hot Rod. You want to come over here, young lady? You want to put in your 2 cents?
I was just being the grammar nice.
Come on over. What do you got to say about Corinne's roast?
I think that I've got a special surprise that Corinne doesn't know about. And now that I know it's all 3 of your birthday, I'm going to add to that so you guys have to be here. Because surprises are the best on birthday roasts. In fact, my birthday roast was party of 3, Kevin Doty, a female that will be unnamed, and I forget who was at the other end of the bar because they weren't funny. But I think Bob showed up to my birthday roast, actually. So there was 4. Yes. Nobody knew what to say, but Kevin totally roasted me. Bob roasted me. You got me really good, which is, in fact, how we developed this ongoing relationship. So, so you have to be there because I got something for your ass.
Is it a present? We love you, Hot Rod. Hey, have you got what?
I said we love you.
Oh, we love meatloaf. Anyways, come on down to Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge where you can try the meatloaf. It's amazing. I'm going to be the first person to eat meatloaf on a podcast, I think. What? Oh, not only do they make meatloaf, they make the best meatloaf in town.
Meatloaf. That's one of my favorite. That's one of the best. But meatloaf needs to be made with love. You know, Rita, are you making that meatloaf with love? No. Oh, Hot Rod, you making that shit with love? Always. Meatloaf. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's something you should know about this place is there's a lot of love. There's a sprinkle of evil lingering in the building. This is good for a fun time. Because if you're just fucking being goody two-shoes all the time, the fuck are you doing with yourself?
This is definitely not a goody two-shoes podcast.
No.
I don't even know if it is a podcast.
I don't even know if we're doing a podcast. I don't even know what I'm doing or where I am. Well, I do know where I am. I'm at Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge.
Ian, you ready to come on and do the news? Hey, guys, this is just a promo. It's not even the full podcast, but we are bringing Ian Carr on to do the news. I hope we get the same news effects. Don't sit on the Fred Astaire picture or anything.
Welcome to the fucking news, everybody. I'm Ian Carr, and I'll be bringing you news today on this Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. Beloved actor and former New York fighter Steve Buscemi was attacked randomly in Midtown. Kicked, punched. He was punched in the face for no reason. The suspect is identified as 50-year-old Clifton Williams. Guess what color he was? Guess what color 50-year-old Clifton Williams was who randomly punched Steve Buscemi in the face? By the way, everybody, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. All right? Anything to say to that? There's only one mic?
I do. Do you think, did you think it was because of all the indie films he made back in the day, someone had a problem with those? Or do you think somebody had a problem with him being like a side character in every Adam Sandler movie, and they're just kind of jealous? They kind of want to be a guy in a Sandler movie.
I actually have more details on this. The man was actually an ear, nose, and throat doctor and was furious at Buscemi for being in that movie where the guy chopped off the guy's ear. All right, we're moving on to the next news story. Organizers of the New York City Dublin Portal. Have you heard about the Portal? In Times Square, they put this huge screen of a portal. It's a live 24/7 video feed from New York City to Dublin, and it's been less than 2 weeks, and they had to shut it down because people in New York were showing their tits, and people in Dublin were doing coke and showing pictures of 9/11 and swastikas. Because the time difference, right? The time difference. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in New York, but in Dublin it's 9 o'clock where everybody's drunk. They're like, hey, fuck you, the American queers, you know? Like, here's a picture of 9/11. Here's Hitler. We're doing coke. And this is why we can't have nice things. Because we're humans. All right, last segment of the news. Another story about a beloved actor from New York. Chaz Palminteri arrested at JFK Airport for smuggling. Chaz Palminteri. No, Chaz Palminteri is a Bronx Tale. He's the detective in Usual Suspects. He's the detective. Anyway, Chaz Palminteri arrested at JFK for smuggling unpasteurized mozzarella cheese from Palermo, Sicily. Yes, he's being charged with conspiracy to import a controlled substance and was released on an $18,000 bond. That's the news. And you have to pick which one of those three stories is fake, because one of them I made up.
Well, it's definitely not the Steve Buscemi one. It's the Portal one. The Portal one's true. The Portal one's true. I read that one in the news today. You're obviously not up on current events there, Kev. I don't know. The Chaz Bono one, I guess? Why don't you come and tell your Sonny Bono fucking joke real quick? Because you, all right, you got to do, yeah, you got to. Only in Seinfeld's. He literally just told me like a fucking this corny ass joke about Sonny Bono.
This is my impression of Jerry Seinfeld talking about Sonny and Cher. What's the deal with Sonny and Cher? It should be Sonny and Cloudy. I should have not come back on. This is stupid. Fuck this shit.
Come on, this guy. We might have to fire him from the news. I'm thinking he's gonna fuck with the camera like that. Come on. You're making other people work right now, which I don't appreciate, bro. Come on. No, you know what? What you said about your Seinfeld impression led perfectly into something that happened in the news that we did not discuss. Which is, did you see that Seinfeld did the graduation speech at Duke? And like some of the college kids started booing at him.
What?
Yeah.
Booing at Seinfeld? Why were they booing him?
Well, I'll tell you, Kev. You know what? It's not working bad with one mic. I like it could be terrible, but I feel like this is semi-professional. I mean, we had the fucking news for God's sakes. Anyways, fucking Seinfeld. He got booed. You know what? I think it was because he was like. He got up there and he was like, I don't like the way you young people think. You know? I'm 70 years old now. You know? Yeah. And no, it was definitely a good lecture in there of like not like trying to be like he feels like young people are way too cynical and way too what's the word for it? I just watched a whole fucking clip of it earlier, and Seinfeld was not happy with the way young people like care about people's like feelings way too much, and it like clouds like your sense of humor, you know. But I'm 70 years old now. How many cars do I even have? Hey, is that a small salad for me? Oh. Thank you. Oh, and a wine glass? That's lovely. Here, Kev, why don't you do a little shameless self-promotion while I chow down on this salad?
What am I doing? Did you say from... what would the audience want to know? Man, this is tough. What's going on in the world right now? I have no idea. Because I'll be honest with you guys, there's no reason to fucking watch the news. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're all going to die and everything's going to fucking be fine in the end anyway. Or not fine. I wonder if anybody believes in the afterlife. Bob Cook, do you believe in the afterlife? You better, because you're going out soon, my man. Bob Cook is old, for those of you guys that can't see him. No, more so, I should ask J.J. Hampton. You guys don't know who he, because you can't see him on the screen. Oh, but he was he was out here the other week, wasn't he? J.J. Hampton, do you believe in the afterlife? Purgatory. Yeah, J.J. Hampton... Can you say hi to the camera? Can you say hi to the camera real quick, just so people will know the type of ghost they'll be dealing with? Yeah, one of those kind of guys. That would be the worst. Imagine being haunted by J.J. Hampton singing to you. Jesus Christ. But nobody knows J.J. Hampton. You guys know the world. I'm drinking Coors Light. I'm drinking Coors Light because it's a good light beer. And Matt Heath is eating fucking meatloaf, mashed potatoes with some onions and peppers, and it looks phenomenal because Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge cooks the best meals. You absolutely can.
I just want to do a little promotion for Hot Rods real quick. Look at this fucking meatloaf dinner you could get, and it's a very affordable price, too. If a guy such as myself can afford a meatloaf dish like this, Lord knows you can. Come out here and buy some meatloaf and tell some fucking jokes. You know? Hey, what time is it anyways, Kev? Let's see. It's 8:37. Hey, in 23 minutes, we are going to be starting our comedy open mic here. Corinne Tryon just walked in the door. Hey, Corinne, can you come on camera real quick and just shamelessly self-promote? Here, lean in nice and tight here.
Oh my God!
And just tell the people.
What an introduction!
Tell the people about the roast we're gonna have for you.
Oh yeah, so my birthday. I don't know if I'm on camera, but August 24th, I have a bunch of great CT comics coming out to Hot Rods to roast me for my birthday. It's also Matt and Ian's birthday, the day before mine. That's August 24th. Hot Rods. So come watch me get fucking burnt to a crisp by these guys. Both of these. Kevin's on the show too.
Yes, we are all spending our birthday in Middletown, Connecticut, which I'm very, very excited about, Kev. You know why? Culture, meatloaf, fun, drinks. Meatloaf? Have you seen the meatloaf, Corinne? Have you tried it? Yes. You want to try a bite right now? On camera?
It's interesting you said culture there because I thought you were going to say cocaine. Because if you're going to spend the night in Middletown, you're not going to get cultured. But you could get cocaine. I don't know if you should talk about that on a podcast live, but let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, there's drugs in these streets. You got to be careful. You shouldn't do them.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah.
You just gave me something I self-promote. You just reminded me. I just want to shamelessly self-promote a play I wrote called Renaissance Men. You can either buy it on Amazon.com or, hey, you can come to Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge and maybe just buy a copy from me personally and I'll autograph it for you. The reason I bring it up now is because Kevin brought up Ride the White Pony. And you know something? What's the one piece of literature you think you've done blow off the most, Kev?
I'd say there's a good chance that I've done a hefty amount of The White Pony. Right off here, The Renaissance Man by Matt Heath. So if you don't like to read, but you like to have a good time, this is the book for you. It's a good surface. It's smooth. It's not very thick, so you could read it if you wanted to, and it really only would take you a few solid lines of the pony material, and you'd breeze through this fine piece of literature. I'm telling you. But enough about me. Enough about this book. Oh, hold on here. You see this photo? This is what it looks like when two Navy men run away from a gangbang. See that? Those are two happy sailors right there. Sailors love gangbanging.
You were in the service, right? You were in the service. Any stories you'd like to weave for our public there from back in the day?
Well, since we're on the topic of cocaine, we should talk about doing cocaine in the Navy. You know, because they'd kick you out for that type of thing. So this is a hypothetical story. But it's, you know, I was in Hawaii, and I bought a tiki statue because that's the kind of thing you do in Hawaii. I happen to have a tattoo of this tiki statue on my leg before I even went to Hawaii. It was kind of crazy. It's like, whoa, this is...
Tiki statue on your leg?
I have a tiki statue on my leg.
We are alive.
No, we're not. We are alive. We are alive. So I got this tiki statue when I was in the Navy before I went to Hawaii. And it's the... They say it's the god of money. Oh, this is like, you can't even make the right angle. But you see I have tattoos on my leg. You guys believe me? So it's the god of money and mischief, so to speak. Money and mischief.
Interject something about tattoos real quick. I just want to say one thing about tattoos. And I realized at one point, because I was a pawnbroker for the first decade of my adult life, and I realized I should never get a dollar sign tattooed on me because guys with dollar signs tattooed on them always end up in pawn shops desperate for money, I've noticed. Guys with dollar sign tattooed. If you got a dollar sign tattooed on you, your chances are you're going to be selling some shit at a pawn shop.
That's interesting, Matt Heath, because I do not have a dollar sign tattooed on me. But I've tried to sell some interesting shit at a pawn stop before. Pawn shop, I should say. But what was I talking about? Hawaii. It's really not that great of a story, to be honest with you. But the tattoo is a cool story. So I got that tattoo of the tiki, bought the tiki in Hawaii, did cocaine, got in a fight with somebody, and this is the only fight I've ever been in where I punched someone in the face and said, boom, bitch, as I was punching them in the face, which is kind of cool. I don't really know how I remember that. It could be all made up, but, like, I remember that part of the story. And then I woke up the next day, and I was late for muster. I was in charge. I was like a petty officer. I was like a supervisor on the boat. And the people that worked for me had to wake me up. They're like, Kev, wake up. You're late for work. Chief is looking for you. And I was like, whoa, fuck, what? And they're like, yeah, dude, but we found this in your pocket. And they pulled out a little baggie. And I said, what? So I took that baggie and I dumped it onto all the lockers in the birthing area. And I fucking smelt it. And it smelled good. And I was the most motivated I've ever been to do a day of duty work. And I painted the shit out of that aircraft carrier. It got painted. My fucking department loved me. I actually got an award for how good I painted the side of the ship during that duty day in Hawaii because I was high on cocaine.
My God. Can the military hit you up post-duty, like, not happy about that, or? I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed to, like, talk that way about the fucking military. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like I'm an accessory right now. You know, I'm glad we're not doing an official episode of the podcast right now, because there's a shitload of construction going on right in front of, there's like so much ambient sound that we're dealing with that it's driving my mind almost insane, but I'm eating a delicious meatloaf right now too, so it makes for good podcasting, I'll tell you that much.
Is that barbecue on the meatloaf? What kind of meatloaf sauce is that? What? Oh, you're savoring the meatloaf. The meatloaf is that good. He's eating all the things around the meatloaf before he even gets to the meatloaf. Is that good? You got to save the best for last. Oh, we'll put it on there. Yeah.
We're going to promote the club real quick. This is my first bite of meatloaf. You're really gonna be in my face for my first bite of meatloaf?
Absolutely. I'm a newsman. I'm a newsman. I'm a newsman.
You gotta get the fuck out of here, bro.
Right.
No, get out of here. Go. Go way over there.
I'll be off camera, but I want you to take that bite close.
What the fuck? It was made with love. They clearly love me here at Hot Rods, huh?
Meatloaf. Meatloaf has to be made with love. I made a meatloaf for my mother on Mother's Day. See? Meatloaf dinner.
Yeah.
She loved it.
You know, I feel like meatloaf doesn't get enough credit because they're like, oh, it's just like a burger but a loaf. But no. Meatloaf, there's way more to it than that.
I mean, my mother's meatloaf, dude. My mother's meatloaf. I mean, that goes down. That's like my grandma's meatloaf. Like, there's history behind a meatloaf. Because, like, you got to think, like, a meatloaf is, especially in like poorer European countries, like you have shitty meat. That's all you have. If you have shitty meat, you need to be able to make it taste good. So you make a meatloaf, and you season it with love. And then you have a delicious piece of meat instead of a bullshit piece of meat. And
Get a better advertisement for this meatloaf?
we're fucking, I mean, it looks good. I'm going to order a meatloaf when I get. Yeah, I do want to bite. Oh, shit, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I got to get a saucy bite. Oh, dude, it's a big bite. It's a big bite, ladies and gentlemen. The meatloaf is fire. The meatloaf is fire.
Here, let me get on back on the mic while you savor that shit because holy, this man's face is pure ecstasy right now. I think we even forgot that we were drinking and like we were like fucking around earlier. Like now it's all about the meatloaf. We're like yeah. This like it's like a promo for Hot Rods, but specifically about the meatloaf. Yes, for sure.
Where else are you going to get meatloaf?
Nowhere else now. I don't need to go anywhere else for meatloaf. And I'm not just sucking this place's dick. I fucking love this meatloaf. Yeah. Nah, not you, sir. I don't know what kind of diseases you have. But he is about to order the meatloaf. The only thing is I know what kind of diseases Kevin have because we've been in the comedy game so long together. You know? When did I first meet you, bro?
You met me before I even got into comedy, dude. I was in the Navy. And I was on shore duty in New London, and I was bartending at the Lime Tavern.
My hometown bar.
Yeah. So I knew you were doing stand up then, which is funny because like that's when I was first looking to get into stand up. So I was looking at open mics and shit at Joker's Wild. Like that's where I was going to do my first open mic at Joker's Wild. That's when I wanted to get into comedy and I never did. I never did.
You were like kind of probing me for information because you knew I was a comic, right? And I knew you as a bartender, and you wanted to do comedy, and I'm like, this Kevin Doty, he's gonna be a star. No, you know what I knew back then that you reminded me of Woody Harrelson from Cheers when you were a bartender. You were like Woody on Cheers back then, which like I've referenced in recent times because I've made the poster for Hungry Tiger where we're all Cheers characters and you're Woody. Yes. You got Woody Harrelson vibes. No, it's definitely not. Did you hear the rumor that Matthew McConaughey and him are related?
I didn't hear that. Are they? Actually related? Those are like two of my favorite all-time actors. Matthew McConaughey? What? I love Matthew McConaughey, dude. If I would fuck any guy, come on now, that's Matthew McConaughey, dude. All right.
The thing is, Woody Harrelson, I guess, didn't know who his father was, and Matthew McConaughey had like the coolest dad like ever, and he just apparently like was with a lot of women, and like they're thinking that Matthew McConaughey's dad might have been Woody Harrelson's dad. Yeah. I can believe it, too. I have not read Matthew McConaughey's memoir yet. You have? You did? I want to hear your thought.
I have read Matthew McConaughey's memoir. It's awesome. It's really good. I'll be honest, I audiobooked it, which is even better because it's Matthew McConaughey reading it to you. And it's pretty good, man. It's motivating. Like, if you're trying to get off your ass and get some shit done, it's a good listen. You should listen to it. Matthew McConaughey is not a dummy. It is motivational. It's a motivational read or listen. I'd recommend listening to it because, come on, it's. Is the audiobook on Spotify? Yeah, it should be. And it's him reading it? It's Matthew McConaughey reading it. So it's fantastic. And he's just telling you basically, like, right on, right on, right on.
I had this buddy, comic down in Florida, who used to do this bit. I used to fucking love it when he did this bit, where it was Matthew McConaughey, where he goes, you ever notice that white out should be called white on? Because you put the white on the words? Well, he says it should be called white out, because you're whiting out, or no, it should be called white. It is called white out. The bit is he's saying it should be called white on. And he goes, Matthew McConaughey should be in the commercial. He goes, when I'm driving in my Lincoln, and I might not be able to do this because it's not my bit. This is Larry Agor's bit. I'm not stealing his bit. Larry, Lucky Larry down in Florida, shout out to you. I'm doing your bit right now so the people will know it. Because he doesn't do podcasts and shit, so maybe people in the airwaves will finally hear this bit. He goes, this is when I'm driving in my Lincoln and I get an idea for a movie and I have to reach across the seat, grab my pen. And then the pen just slides across the page. What am I going to do then? Grab my white on. White on, white on. Oh, come on. That's like a Bob Cook fucking joke right there. You didn't like that bit, Bob? I'm still working on it. Oh, thank you. Are those for us?
Yeah, those are for you.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful. You got it, Kev? Yeah, Kev. How much time do we even really have now? We got 6 short minutes before our comedy open mic starts. Right. I thought you cut the mic off on me for a second. No, I got a couple more bits. I need to throw out there. Kev. What the fuck, man? I got to tell one quick story. We'll probably hit it back again when we do the podcast. But when we did that St. Patty's Day show and we had you dressed as a leprechaun to headline, holy shit. Did you guys hear about this or see this or witness this? I know Bob Cook was there because he was one of the Irish comics on the show. Shay and Ian should have been there. In fact, we should really be just doing our Irish nights here. When I think a lot of Irish guys in here right now. It's kind of scaring me a little bit. I feel more comfortable when there's more Italians around, especially in Middletown. It's a high Italian population here. You know that? What? The chips? Are you dipping them in the balsamic? Hell yeah! He's dipping them in my. There's so much balsamic dressing left over from that salad. The leaves were just swimming in balsamic dressing. It was delicious. It's the way us big old wop dagos love to have our Italian dressing. Hey, trying to fucking finish a podcast over here. Let me finish strong. Anyways. All right. Kev, focus. Remember when you were dressed as a leprechaun and we were walking down the street handing out flyers and there was a little kid who saw you and then just started screaming his head off because he thought you were a real leprechaun?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that little kid because that little kid was a little bitch, dude. Wow, how are you going to be scared of a leprechaun? I'm here to give you good luck, right? Like, I'm here to fucking... But actually, no, he was terrified. And I did one of those, remember? I was like... I did that, and that really got the kid going. And the kid hated it. His dad loved me. And but that's how it goes, man. If you're not fucking with kids, they're going to grow up to be soft. You got to fuck with these kids, right? You got to let them know that there's demons out there that wear green.
Yeah, I got a good thing for us to close out on. I got an idea. There's a lot of balsamic dressing in this cup. The audience can't really see it, but if I were to pour it right here into this wine glass, you'll be able to see exactly. There's about a half a wine glass full. Is this kind of like a double dare challenge if I could drink this whole thing? Should I? I kind of want to do it, though. That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah? Will you do anything for me if I drink this?
I'm going to get a dip.
You gotta do it because it's so good. That's how good the balsamic dressing here is at Hot Rods. Hey, I'm gonna down this real quick. Let's do it.
Whoa.
Beyond good. That was so fucking good. Especially with the little salad remnants in there. There's a little crunch at the end. Oh. Guys, if that wasn't, now I know how chefs, I feel like that's what chefs do when people aren't around is drink balsamic vinegar. Honestly, I don't know if it's an old Italian trick, but it's something I do. Sometimes, if I want to take a shot of something, but I'm trying not to drink, I'll just take a swig of balsamic, in the kitchen there. Yeah, I'll just walk over to the stove. You know, my how do you say fucking. I don't know. Basically, the baseline of my kitchen is the oil and vinegar sitting over there. You know. Yeah. All right, Kev. Next week we're gonna have we're gonna have Brittany Robarge on. Thank you. We're gonna have Brittany Robarge on next week. Next Tuesday, we were going to be recording around 7:30 before the mic, and we're about to get our mic started right now. Hey, Kev, is there a little something you want to tell everybody?
Vinegar is delicious, obviously, and what do I really want to tell everybody right now?
Well, tell it quick.
Chug balsamic. Chug balsamic. It's delicious. And come to Hot Rod Spotlight Lounge for the fresh made chips and meatloaf. Fuck you.
I'd like to thank my guest, Kevin Doty. I'd like to thank Ian Clark for coming on. Hot Rod, especially for and all the cooks and help that's here at Hot Rods. They are all the best. And come on down for the open mic. Just shy of an hour. And I'm roasting you, and I'm fucking eating your delicious food. I'm such a gotta say no. Next time I'll